maziwa mgando. Another physical property of acid is that acid tend to turn blue litmus paper red. Kwamba when you have a litmus paper which is blue and we made it tukaidumbukiza kwenye solution ambayo ina acid au tukaidumbukiza kwenye acid, direct that litmus tend to change from blue to red. That is a physical property you can observe. Another physical property is acid is corrosive in nature. Acid can have corrosive action on various substances like papers as well as clothes but also the skin. Kwamba acid yenyewe inapelekea corrosive reaction or action. Yani yenyewe inapelekea damage kwenye substance tofauti tofauti. Kwa mfano kwenye clothes, vile vile kwenye papers. Lakini pia acid inapelekea corrosive, it can damage some of metals, also the skin. That's why you have to be careful. You are required to be careful while handling the acidic solutions or acidic substance because are corrosive in nature. Can alter even your skin. Yani inaweza ikapelekea hata madhara kwenye ngozi yako. So ndio maana unashauriwa wakati wa kuhandle zile property, zile substance au compound ambazo zina acid, you have to handle it careful. Yani unakuwa makini, otherwise inakupelekea madhara kama hayo because yenyewe ni corrosive in nature. Vile vile another property ni kwamba acid have ability to conduct electricity. Kwa sababu tunaona kwamba when acid dissolve in water, they release the ions, and those ions tend to generate or tend to conduct electricity. Kwamba tunaona kwamba the acid ina dissolve kwenye water, lakini ikidissolve kwenye water tunaona kuna some of ions zinakuwa released. So those released ions direct tend to conduct electricity. Another physical property of acid is that most acids are water soluble. Tukisema most acids are water soluble, what does it mean? Kwamba tunaona kwamba the acids tend always to dissolve in water. They can be diluted with water to reduce the intensity of their acidity. Kwamba the intensity of acidity can be reduced when it's diluted with water or when it's dissolved in water. That's why tunaona kwamba most of acids dissolve in water. That's why we say the most acids are water soluble. Kwamba zina dissolve kwenye water. Na tunaona kwamba zikiwa diluted tunaona kwamba ile intensity of acid inakuwa minimized au inakuwa reduced. Another property is acid change the color of POP indicator into colorless. This POP indicator, the acid, through the acid solution, it can change its color into colorless. Another physical property of acid is that the acid change the color of MO indicator to red. So you can see that the MO indicator, it is orange in color, but when it contact with the acid solution, it change their color into red or pinky. Now, after looking the physical properties of acid where we can observe them, that's why we call it physical. Sifa zake ni zinaonekana. Now, let's just see those chemical properties of acid. Acid react with metal to liberate hydrogen gas. Hydrogen gas, kwamba the acid ina react na metal kuzalisha au kutengeneza hydrogen gas. Kwa mfano tunaona kwamba acid, this one plus metal, tunaenda kupata metal salt and hydrogen gas. Kwa hiyo kwamba hapa tunaona kwamba acid akireact na metal, direct it's going to liberate the hydrogen gas, but there is metal salt produced as a product. Consider the reaction below. This is acid, which is hydrochloric acid. It reacts with zinc metal, which is our metal now, and our product is zinc chloride. This is metal salt, and we have the hydrogen gas. Another is the sulfuric acid. This is our acidic solution. It reacts with the zinc metal to liberate the metal salt, which is zinc sulfate, and the hydrogen gas. Another acid solution is nitric acid. It reacts with the zinc metal to liberate the metal salt, which is zinc nitrate plus hydrogen gas. Another property is that the acid react with base to form salt and water. Kwamba tunaona kwamba acid solution yenyewe ina react na base kutengeneza salt na water. So you can see that the acid, when you react acid with base, unaenda kupata salt na water. Kwa mfano, consider reactions zifuatazo. HCl, which is our acidic solution, it reacts with base solution, which is sodium hydroxide, inaenda kutengeneza the salt, which is sodium chloride, and the solution, which is water. Another example is sulfuric acid solution. This is acid, and it tends to react with sodium hydroxide solution, which is base, and direct we are going to have the salt of sodium sulfate and the water solution. Another example is nitric acid solution. It reacts with the base solution, which is sodium hydroxide, and we are going to have the salt of sodium nitrate water solution. Another property of acid is acid can react with carbonate to form salt, carbon dioxide and water. Kwamba tunaona kwamba the acid solution ina react na carbonate kwenda kutengeneza salt, carbonate, carbon dioxide na solution of water. As you can see here, the acid, when it reacts with carbonate, we are going to have the salt, carbon dioxide, and the water. This is our product. Now, consider the reaction below. We have our solution of acid, which is hydrochloric acid. And when it reacts with carbonate, which is the carbonate of calcium, we're going to have the salt of calcium chloride and the carbon dioxide gas and the water. This is our product. Another is sulfuric acid solution. This is reacting with the carbonate of calcium to get the salt of calcium sulfate and the carbon dioxide gas as well as water solution. Another is nitric acid. It reacts with carbonate of calcium, and we are going to have the salt of calcium carbonate as well as carbon dioxide and the water solution. Another chemical properties of acid is that the acid reacts with hydrogen carbonate to form salt, carbon dioxide and water. Before, we have seen that the acid reacts with carbonate to form the calcium, the salt of carbonate, and carbon dioxide gas and water. Now tunaona kwamba the acid ikireact na hydrogen carbonate inaenda kutupatia the salt of the salt and the carbon dioxide and water, but the salt now is the salt of we are considering the hydrogen carbonate. Okay, now consider the reaction. We have the hydrochloric acid solution. It reacts with the hydrogen carbonate of calcium. We are going to have the salt, which is calcium chloride, as well as carbon dioxide gas and the water. But also you can see the acid of sulfuric solution. Acid of sulfuric acid solution. It reacts with the hydrogen carbonate of calcium to get the salt of calcium sulfate, carbon dioxide and water. Another is the nitric acid. It's going to react with the hydrogen carbonate of calcium, and we are going to have the calcium nitrate, which is salt, and the gas of carbon dioxide as well as water solution. Note that not all substances containing hydrogen are acid, because the other compound is hydrogen atom The other compound, its hydrogen atom cannot ionize when it dissolves in water. For example, the table salt, sugar. I mean that sio kwamba compound zote au substance zote ambazo zina hydrogen unaweza ukasema ni acid, kwa sababu tunaona kwamba acid yenyewe ni kwamba when the compound, if it is acid, when it dissociates or when it dissolves in water, it tends to produce the hydrogen ion, which is positive charged atom or ions. Now you can see that sio compound zote ambazo zina hydrogen zinaweza kuwa ni acid. Kwa nini? Kwa sababu compound nyingine zina hydrogen yes, lakini haziwezi ku-ionize, haziwezi kudissociate kuzalisha the hydrogen ion, which is positive charged ion. Now kwa mfano ni table sugar. Okay. After looking about the concept of acids, nature of the acids, the properties, and the properties we have seen in two categories, in physical category and in chemical category. Now you can try this task so as you can improve your own understanding concerning about the concept of acid. Okay, the first question is, what do you understand about the term acid? Unaelewa nini juu ya neno acid? Go and read, go and try to do it. Another is, describe the physical and chemical properties of acid. Here you are required to describe, so you can try on your own to elaborate the different chemicals and physical properties of acid, so as you can improve your own understanding. And this marks the end of our session today. Thank you for watching. Welcome for next session.